Hey folks, Dave back here, Studio B, still hammering away here on this inside pitch PC game, taking on the World Series, the 1980 World Series. We're in Game 3. We go back to Kansas City, and if you've watched Game 1 or Game 2, which we played here on the channel, um, actually, Kansas City took both in Philadelphia. So Kansas City goes back home with a two-game lead in this series here. And again, this is me just kind of learning the game. I've been making some mistakes, and that's to be expected. So this is me just learning the game and having some fun with it, and taking you guys along for the ride. And it just seems like baseball goes over really well here in the community. So I've been trying to do some more baseball. I mostly do hockey, as you know. But we're gonna play this one here. So I got the pitches here. It's Dick Ruthven for the Phillies, and the Royals, it's Rich Gale. And again, what I really like about baseball is that they have all the lineups, everywhere online, so you can get all the lineups here. So I got the actual lineups for Game 3. I plugged them in to the PC game here, and we'll give it a shot. We're gonna play along. Again, this is me just playing inside pitch on the PC. I'm doing the best I can. Like I say, I'm probably making a bunch of mistakes in here, but I'm learning as I go. And every now and then, somebody will jump in the chat and help me out, and we'll figure out what I'm doing right or what I'm doing wrong, and the whole bit. So anyway, let's get down to the field, and I might be able to show you stats after this game. I'm going to try to go full screen when this is done to show stats. Again, this is one of those games that does a pop-up for some of the things, so it's really difficult to see that there. Let me fix my camera here. See if I can go up like this and go up like this. And see if that's any better. Whatever. Okay, so we're going to get going here. So let's get down to the field. And let's call up the game here. So it is Rich Gale on the mound in his first appearance here in the World Series. And he's taking on Lonnie Smith will lead things off. I always want to say Flyers. I'm sorry. It's the hockey guy in me. I always want to say Flyers, but it is the Phillies. And Lonnie Smith is hitting .375 in the series. What I've done here is I've saved the two games I've played. So I do have stats, and maybe what I could do after this game is show you some of the stats from the three games. So you will see some batting averages and different things like that for some of the players in this game from the two games. So I have done that. It is kind of funky finding all the stats, especially if you're not playing the regular schedule. But anyway, we're going to do the best we can here tonight. So let's get things going here. I'm going to try to speed things along tonight so we can get this done. And see. So Gale pitching away here. So we got right off the bat, a possible home run. Wow, wouldn't this be something? And, okay, so it's a 9, so that's good here. So now I got to check. I need a 1 to 4, and it's an 11. So it's not going to be a home run, but it will be a single past the shortstop. And again, this is one of my little, I don't want to say a peeve, but it's just you see the possible home run and you get excited for a home run, and it's a single past short. I try to envision the play, and you try to broadcast the game as we do here, and it's like possible home run. No, it's a single, past short. And there's a couple other games that do that. It kind of irks me. I think if it's a possible home run, if it's not going to get out of the park, then at least put it in the outfield in the air. But whichever. So I guess what I could do is say that it's a possible home run, and it hooked the foul pole foul. And then the next pitch he's singled on. So I guess if I wanted to, I could really go that way. It's a possible home run, and here it is going down the line. It's foul. So I guess I could do that, I guess. All right, so they're saying steal. So do we steal here? Hey, hello, replay game. I was watching your video today. You were talking about decisions. I think you were talking about today. I watched that today. I was watching that on my phone. I had the football game on the big TV. And I'm the same way. It's like you grab seasons, and we'll get to the game in 1 second here. But we were talking on the YouTube here about I grab seasons too, especially with Strat when they're in stock, because it's like once they're out of stock, and you got to pay twice as much on eBay. So I do agree with that. That's why when I grabbed Apple Hockey, that's one of the reasons I really like Apple Hockey, because all this stuff, I think it's a print on demand. So if they have the season, they have the season. They don't usually run out of stock on that stuff. I did stock up on the football. I mean the hockey season for Appa just because I was nervous about that. So I made sure I got my a bunch of seasons that I enjoy. But yeah, they should be there to play. But again, when I get the itch to play a game, I want to play the game, and I want to say, oh, I don't have the season. I know you can't have all the seasons. We don't have all that kind of money there, but I hear what you're saying. All right, so we're going to try a steal here. All right, so it's an 18, so he is safe. Oh, no, wait. Oh, he's out. He's out. Wait a second. Okay, so his stolen base is a 13. If the roll is less than the stolen base rate, the runner is safe. Higher, it's out. So 18. Oh, boy. 18 is higher. So he is thrown out. He is caught stealing, if I am correct. Yeah, because it's red, too. So he is caught. So Lonnie Smith singles to lead off the game, and he is caught stealing and is one away. So Gale will pitch to Pete Rose now on a 6-2. We got an arena symbol here. And so let's go to the arena. We got a 1-3. And this is going to be a ground ball down to the shortstop. And that is Washington over there is the shortstop, right? Yeah, Washington's the shortstop. And he goes down. So there's 2 away now. So they singled, but Lonnie Smith was caught stealing. And who is the catcher? That is Darryl Porter is the catcher that threw him out. All right, Gale pitching to Smith now. And, I got to go to the top here. 4-3. Possible error on a ground ball. So 1-1. So we got the ground ball. So it goes down to second. White, his error rating is a 4. Ooh, and that was a 6. That was close. But no, White will make the play because this would have to be less than 4. Lower is better on their error rating. And so he's out. So they get down kind of 1-2-3. They did get a hit, but the stolen base. So the 3 up, 3 down, kind of, sort of. Not really. And we go to the, where are we now? The bottom of the first. Okay, we just started here. I was looking up here at the Royal Stadium thing up here. The K's are -4 in Royal Stadium, and the Walks are -1. I was looking at that. I didn't have a picture of Rich Gale. Hang on a sec. I could probably fix that. You know what it is somebody sent me a bunch of baseball pictures for this game, right? The problem is they were all sent. I don't know how many of them they were sent, and I can fix that right now. They were all sent with a space. So it was an underscore, Rich_Gale. Okay, so it was Rich_, so that won't show up. It has to be Rich space with no underscore. So I've had to go in and replace every single player, and there's hundreds of them. And, so I just fixed that. So now I can go back in. So I started with A. I think I'm on like E or F that I fixed them all. And then I've sprinkled in a few guys in the league that I've been playing with. So I did fix that. Glad you caught that. I didn't catch that right away. But I can fix that on the fly, which is good. All right, so Willie Wilson comes up. He is a speed demon on the base pass. Dick Ruthven with the pitch. 5-1. And we come down to the batter card. And a 6-1. That's a fly ball into right field, and Willie Wilson flies out to Bake McBride. I always liked Bake McBride. That was such a cool name, Bake McBride. 3-3. That's a possible error here. So let's check. This is one of my favorite parts of the game, is the range checks and the errors. 5-4, because whatever you got here, it's going to be a check. So this is not an automatic out. So it's a ground ball, but Bo was a 6, and that's a 17. There's no error, and he is out. The phrase, hey, thanks for coming in tonight on this Sunday night. Hope you guys had a fun day watching some football. I did more leaves today. I was out with a tractor doing leaves. So that was my fun day. That's tiring. Doing leaves is tiring. I enjoy it because I put on podcast and music or something and I tune out. I get off the computer for a while. But Arnold with Bake's real name. I like Bake. Bake is such a cool name. Bake McBride. I got his baseball card here somewhere. Okay, so we're in the bottom of the first with 2 outs now because Wilson flied out and then Frank White grounded to short. So we got George Brett with the pine tar. 1-3. Possible walk. Yes, he will walk. So Brett's on first. And it's going to be no steal. I was reading up here on the steal. So I just didn't steal every time. I was reading up, and it's something to do with this ATT here. That's an attempt. plus the stolen base here, and then you look at this number here. I think you could just steal whenever you wanted to, in theory, but so I don't know. So I'm not gonna steal here. I'll try to, like I say, I like to play both teams fair. So if it's a 9, if it's not a steal, then I won't steal with 2 outs. All right, so Willie Aikens up at the plates, 2 and a 5. So we go on the bat, a 6 and a 6. Oh, we got a question mark 7. So let's see. Question mark 7. So we got to roll a 20-sided dice. So that's going to be hit into left field. And a 6 is that a fly out? Yeah, so that's a fly out. Okay, so he hits it in the left field with that question mark, and that's that. This game, I tell you, there's a lot going on in this game. I was talking to Ron today. I was like, Ron, there's no way I could play this cards and dice. There is just so much going on with the symbols and the extra chart you got to roll off of. I really would get lost. I would. And now there's your Rich Gale back. So Replay Gamer, I did fix that file, and Rich Gale is back in there. So Willie Mays Aikens, the Night Reader says. Remember Willie Mays Hayes? Someone needs to put in the Indians from, what was that show? What was that baseball show? Oh, I'm drawing a blank now. Oh, my gosh. How can I forget the name of this baseball movie? With Charlie Sheen. What the heck was the name of that movie now? Oh, I can't even think of the name of that movie now. Wow. I've watched it 100 times. I even like the second one. Major League. Major League and Major League 2. They're both good. Major League 3 wasn't that good, but Major League 1 and 2 were both good. All right, so Bake McBride, here it is. We've been talking about Bake McBride in the chat room. So Bake McBride comes up, and so it's Arnold is his real name. I go back to the chat, thanks to the phrase. So we got a 5 and a 1, Major League. Yeah, it took me forever to think of that. Wow, I don't know. It's been a long day for me over here. So if we got a left-handed batter, so that should be a space here in a 5-1. So Bake McBride, what do you got, Bake? Fly ball out to center field. Otis under it will make the catch, and there's one away here. Boy, I couldn't think of the name of that movie, and I love that movie. I do. Was it Wesley Snipes in that? Oh, what a cast. What a cast in that movie. All right, so we got a 4 and a 4. Possible walk. No, it's not a walk. And that's the other thing that this computer game does really well. You see how up here the stadium's got a -1 on the walk? It automatically changes this for me, so I don't have to. So if I'm playing cards and dice, and Replay Gamer can probably back me up on this, you got to know all this stuff. And cards and dice is so enjoyable, but there's so much to remember in this game. So this guy would probably, I think his walk would be a 7, right? But it's a -1 because we're playing in Royal Stadium. So I would have to, if I was playing this and rolled the dice, I would have to remember that, along with any other adjustments. There's just so many adjustments in this game, and I suppose if you played long enough, you would get it. But holy cow, there's so many things in this to remember, and that's why the computer does a good job of doing this for me, because I wouldn't remember all this stuff. Maybe if I played enough, I would, because I know some guys are fan, like Robert's fantastic at this game, cards and dice. Me, not so much. So we got a 4 and a 1. So this is not, instead of a walk, it should be a fly ball to right field, and Hurdle makes the catch. And there's 2 outs here in the top of the second, no score. And again, this is Game 3 of the World Series in Kansas City. And in my replay here, in my error-filled replay, because I know I've made a ton of mistakes, Kansas City leads it 2-0. And I don't care who wins, by the way. I'm not a fan of either team. I'm a fan of both teams. 6 and a 1. Possible strikeout in an 8. No, Gary Maddox. Ooh, he doesn't strike out that much. We don't get a lot of strikeouts here in the World Series, at least in my replay. So we're going to go 2 and a 3. So he's facing a right. So that should be a fly ball. Yeah, fly ball to left field. And that ends the top of the first. The left fielder is Willie Wilson makes the catch. All righty. So 3 up, 3 down. And we go to the bottom of the second. Hal McRae coming up against Dick Ruthven. And we got a 3 and a 1. So Hal McRae is a righty, so that's a possible strikeout. And it is with a 1. He will get the whiff. So that's our first strikeout of the game. And there's 1 away. And Amos Otis coming up to the plate. Yeah, cards and dice inside pitch is more than you want to tackle. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. We talked about solving the puzzle. But boy, this is a puzzle here. I think if I was more into baseball, I might be more apt. Like if this was a hockey game, I'd probably know the lingo better and know things a little bit better. But with baseball, I'm very casual baseball, and I repeat myself all the time, but I just want to let everybody know I'm pretty casual, like about infield depths and all this other strategy stuff. I just don't know it, but with hockey I do. So if this was a hockey game, I would probably try the cards and dice. But with baseball, there's just no way. I have to, with all the adjustments, I'm going to let the computer handle all the heavy lifting. So we got Amos Otis up now with one away, 6-2. Is he hit by the pitch? I think he is. Yeah, with a 1. I think he is hit by the pitch. So Otis will take first base. They're calling for the steal, so we'll go with the steal. All right, Otis takes off, and oh yeah, he's in. He is in with a 3 and an 18, so he steals the base. So Amos, no, he's so mad that he got hit by the pitch that he sends it down and takes off there. And that Sports Time Machine got the Stratomatic Hockey. Yeah, that's a fun one. I do enjoy that. All right, where are we now? I got my orange vanilla here tonight, my seltzer. All right, here we go. So Ruthven facing Hurdle now, 1 out, man in scoring position. 1-3. Possible walk. 18 is not a walk. So we go 6-3. Oh, this is going to be a ground ball to second. And let's see here. Runner advances on balls hit the first, second, a catcher. So he will advance. So Otis will go to third. And that's the out at first, and that's that. So I'm getting a little bit better on adjusting this stuff here. Okay. What teams? What season? What teams did you get with that Stratomatic? I'm interested to see what seasons you enjoy playing with that one. All right, so we got 2 outs now and a man on third base. That man is Amos Otis. He's still got that bruise from being hit by the pitch. Ruthven facing Darryl Porter, the catcher. 5-5. Okay, we go to the card over here. 5-6. Uh-oh, ground ball, first base. And who's at first base? Oh, that's Rose. So Rose makes the play, and that's it. So no runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the third. No score here in Kansas City. Manny Trio facing Gale. Trio is the second baseman tonight. 5-3. And so it's going to be up at the top here, and it's a G5. And so it's a ground ball to 1, 2, 3, 4. Third, I think. Yeah, I still don't know those. That's how much I know about baseball. I have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in my head to figure out who's out. Ground ball 5. So it's down to third base to Brett. 1 away. Larry Boa comes up. He's hitting 125 in the series. He is the shortstop. 3-1. Possible walkie walk. No, we're not going to walk the dog. And a 2-2. Ground ball 6. That's shortstop. 6 is shortstop. I do know that. So there's 2 away, and it's Bob Boone, the catcher, who's back behind the plate tonight. And we get a 4 and a 5. Well, we go to the batter card here. 3-2. Fly ball, left field, and Willie Wilson's out there. Will make the catch. Bottom of the third. Here come the Royals. It's UL Washington, the bottom of the lineup. 4-3. And that's going to be a possible error on a ground ball. And a 3-6. And it is a ground ball. Back to the pitcher. And let's see. So the pitcher errors, I can't really read that too well. Is that 211? Yeah, it's up here on the card too. So an 11, that's a pretty bad error rating. So that's going to be an error here because the 7 is less than the 11. So that'll be an error. I think. 1 base error. Yeah, the pitcher can't get it, and Washington is safe on the error by the pitcher. So we have our first error in the game. And then we go to our strategy roll. So Washington is not going to steal. I could try to steal manually, but I'm not going to. We're not going to bunt here, I don't think, with nobody out. A bunt 2 for Willie Wilson. He's a leadoff hitter, so we're going to let him hit. All right, here we go. 3-5. We go to the batter card, 5-4. This is hit to center field. What do we got in center field? And that's going to be, almost a double. It's going to be a single to center field. So let's see if Yeah, he'll go to third base here. So Washington. Oh no! Wait a sec. Um. Well, hang on here. So his base running's a 2, but it's red, so that's not good. So he goes from first to third on a single there. Let's see. If roll is less than equal to the number. Roll is less than. Okay, I always screw this up here. If the roll is, so the roll of 5, I think is what I'm looking at, is less than or equal to the runner advantage. Otherwise, they hold. So if it's bigger. Okay, so it's bigger than 2, so he holds. All right, so I got that. So UL Washington will stay at second, and here we go here. So now 2 on, nobody out for Frank White. He's got. Oh, they want to steal. Do they really want to try stealing here? All right, he wants to steal. I would suggest bunting rather than steal. But they want to go with a steal here. He's got a 15. So he's going to try to steal third. Now, why would you steal? He's base running is a 3. It's not that good. All right, the game says steal. We'll try to steal. Here we go. A 12. He's in there. So it's a stolen base. So the 14 is bigger than the 12. If the roll is a 12, is less than a stolen base, the runner is safe. So he steals the base. All right. So that paid off. UL Washington in the third. So now we have runners at the corners. What happened to Lazinski in left? It's Lonnie Smith tonight. I went by the Game 3 lineup I found online. And if I call that up, Lonnie Smith leads off and is in left field. And the DH is Keith Moreland. So I just went by what I found for the actual lineup in this game. That's what I went with. So we got, let's roll the dice now. Runners at the corners, Frank White. Frank White is 222 in the series. He's 0 for 1 tonight. We got a 5 and a 1. We go off his card, a 6 and a 4. Ooh, this might get in a run. This is a fly ball in the center field. So he failed the sacrifice roll because that's the sacrifice is only 1. Used the throw chart. Okay, so we go to the throw chart. If the roll is less than or equal to the ABR runner's advance, the runner advance, otherwise they hold. So, it's equal, so he will score. So Washington will tag and score. First runner advancement die. All right, so and the other guy, I guess, will stay. Okay, so they get the fly, sacrifice fly. They do get it. And see, flied out to center, sacrifice fly. UL Washington scored, and it's 1-0 for the Royals. Okay, so I think that's what happened on that play, if I did everything correct. So it's George Brett up now. So there's still only 1 away, and there's a man on base here. So there's going to be no steal and no bunting or anything. So Brett's going to hit away. So Ruthven trailing 1-0. Will pitch here, 3 and a 5. He's got a lot of blanks in his card. So Brett is a 1 and a 2. Uh-oh. This could be a double play. So this is a ground ball to second base. So let's see what's going to happen here. Roll versus the hit is. See, this is where you'd have to do another thing. So see the DP here is +1. So George Brett now has a 2 on a ground ball double play. So if the roll is less than this, so a 1 or a 2, then it's a double play. It's not. So the roll is greater. Runner on first, BR then force at second. So if the roll is greater than the runner on first base running, so the roll is greater than this, then a force at second. So it looks like it's going to be a fielder's choice. So it's not a double play, so they're going to get the force at second, and that's it. So I got to get this guy here. So he is forced out, and then Brett goes to first on a fielder's choice. Okay, so that's how that worked out. So ground ball to second, and they get the force out, and that is that. So now there's 2 away, and still 1 man on base. And it's going to be Willie Aikens coming up, and Aikens is 0 for 1 in this game. And here we go here with a 4-2. Ooh, I was saying, we haven't had a strikeout in a while, and we're going to get one now. That's 7. And Aikens will K, but they get a run. I don't know what that means. Do I need to adjust anything? I don't think so. Or if I do, I don't know what I would adjust. All right, so they get 1 run and 1 hit. There was an error in that inning. And the Royals take the lead here. And we go to the top of the 4th now. And coming up, we have Lonnie Smith, Pete Rose, and Mike Schmidt. Rich Gale is still on the mound. He's given up 1 hit in this game. And now batting is Lonnie Smith. So the top of the order basically coming up right now. 4 and a 2. That's going to be a blank because he is not tired. And a 2 and a 3. And that's going to be a single. Past the shortstop into left center field. So the leadoff man is on. They want to go sacrifice here. So now the last time I did this, it didn't quite work. So let's see if it'll work this time. So I'm going to roll the dice here. 3 and a 6. Okay, good. This time it worked. So we got the sacrifice going. He drops the bunt to the pitcher. And a 7 is a good bunt. Good sacrifice bunt. So I think the bunt is here, and that is good. Was it 80s last year for Lazinski? That I wouldn't know. Sports Time Machine would probably know that. I'm not sure about Lazinski's last year in Philadelphia. So we got a man on second now. That is a tying run. Lonnie Smith is sitting there on second base for the Phillies. And Mike Schmidt comes up. Schmidt is hitting .375 in this series. 3 and a 3. So this right here, this double question mark, we got to go here. So is it a 1 to 6? No. The double question mark I still have problems with. But it says check here. Otherwise, I'd have to look that up, but I'm glad that it pointed it out. So you check the right-handed batter. It's above the 6, so we got to go to the batter card, I believe. And we'll get that anyway. We'll get the ground ball to short. Now, ground ball is short. Runners advancing balls hit the shortstop if the base running beats the D6. Ooh, it does. Runners advance on balls hit the shortstop or pitcher if the base running of the runner beats the 1D6 roll. So if he's got a 5, he will advance. So Lonnie Smith will go down to third base, and then they'll get the out at first. So I think that's how that goes. And again, you'd have to roll another chart if you were playing cards and dice on that. I think I'm going to stick to the PC version of this game. Just that's what I'm going to do. And I'm enjoying it, so that's that. All right, so we got 2 outs, so we can play normal infield. I keep forgetting to change that again. And it's going to be Bake McBride. Come on, Bake McBride. There we go. He was with Fisk in Chicago in '81. Oh, that's right. Lazinski did go to the White Sox. I forgot about that. Yeah, I probably have that baseball card too. Okay, so Gale pitching to Bake McBride. The tying run is at third base with 2 outs. Lonnie Smith looking down from third base is saying, Bake, hit me home. 5 and a 3. And it's going to be a blank. Bake McBride, 1 to 5. Fly ball to center field. And racing over to make the catch is Amos Otis. And they get out of the jam. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. The Royals still hanging on to a 1-0 lead. And coming up is Hal McRae, the DH, hitting .300, but he struck out early in this game. 1 and a 1. Now the batter card, 3 and a 5. Oh, and he smacks this. This is a double into left field. And McRae goes to second base. And the Royals got a man in scoring position with absolutely nobody out. So he's not going to steal. Bunt, check the chart on a 19. So I guess they're not going to bunt. I don't think. He's got a bunt of 2. I would say no. Okay. He was on the winning ugly White Sox teams in '83. I like the. Is that the year they had the shorts? Remember the year they had the shorts? Did they wear the shorts in like April? That would have been hilarious. Amos Otis now trying to drive home somebody. Here we go. Otis facing Ruthven. 2 and a 3. And it's going to be a blank. And now down here, 5 and a 4. Ground ball to third base. And let's see. Runner advances on balls hit to the shortstop if the base runner of the runner beats the 1d6. Now, this does beat it, but it's giving me the red symbol. So I wonder why. Because if I read this here, on a ground out, runner on second, it's hit to, where was this hit to? Third. I'm sorry. Hit the third. Okay, so that's hit the third. So advance only on a roll of 6 and balls hit the third. Okay, good. So I'm glad they put that in red because I would have clicked on that because I didn't read that all the way through. All right, good. So Schmidt grabs the ball. He looks down McRae, who's not going to third. And so now there's one away, and McRae is still stuck at second base. Okay, I'm getting a little bit better at this. Here we go. Clint Hurdle is up now. 1 and 5. Possible wild pitch, and it's a pass ball on the 8. Oh, boy. Oh, it's a foul ball. Oh, really? So, oh, wow. So it's not going to be a pass ball. So even though there's a man on second base, it's not going to be a pass ball. Okay, so they're going to call that a foul ball, and we'll pitch again. I thought that should have been a pass ball with a man on base, but we'll go with what the computer tells me to do. 2 and a 4 this time. Oh, we got a range play. I like range plays. 5 and a 1. So we're gonna go. Let's go possible double, but it's hit the left field. So we got to check the range on the left fielder, and his range is a 1. So he fails the range play, and that will be a double. And McRae will score on the double, and the Royals go up 2-0. And Kansas City is going crazy here. As Clint Hurdle doubles in Hal McRae. Hal McRae is the guy on base. And now we go to the next batter. So, the Royals, 2-0 lead here. Ruthven facing Porter, still just 1 away. And we're just going to go with a regular bat here, 2 and a 4. Another range play. I like range plays. 3 and a 1. So, we're going to go to left field again. And Lonnie Smith can't make the play the second time. He can't make the play, and so this time Clint Hurdle scores as Darrell Porter doubles into left field. And back-to-back doubles here by the Royals, and holy smokes, they are taking control of this game. It's now 3-0 for the Royals. And you said you don't get this game at all? Well, let me show you what I know, and again, I'm very new. Is you roll the dice and you just look at the grid here, and if it's not resolved, meaning if it's a blank or if it's something that just doesn't get resolved, then you go and you roll on the batter card to finally resolve the at-bat. That's kind of what I get out of it. When it comes to base running and the whole bit, you roll dice and then you look at the base runners' base running and the whole bit and figure out if they got to the base. It's quite involved, but the computer does a good job of showing you. Maybe on this bat I'll show you. So we got Darrell Porter at second base with 1 away. So you roll it here. So you got a 5 and a 5. So a 5 and a 5 here is a blank. So if it's blank, now you come down and resolve it on the batter card. Okay, so it's kind of like payoff pitch when you roll the 2 to 12 to figure out if it's going to be a tough at bat or in play or something like that, and then you read off the batter's card, kind of something like that. So we got a 5-5 as blank, so it's not resolved here, so we'll resolve it here. So a 6 and a 5 is a G4, so that's a ground ball to 4, which is the second baseman. So now what you got to do is figure out what happens on the ground ball. So you look at the chart here, and if there's a runner on second, the runner's advanced if it's hit the second base. So when I hit here for an out at first, this guy here, Darrell Porter, will go to third. Oh, Darrell Porter advances to third. But you got to do that manually. Oh, with cards and dice, I can imagine that it's absolutely a nightmare with cards and dice. But if you play it enough, then you know it. But there's a ton going on in this game. And I already told Ron, I said, there's no way I'm playing this cards and dice. I would never remember. There's 100 things you got to remember. I wouldn't remember them all. All right, so we moved the guy up to third. So we got 2 outs now. We have a run in. I think we have a couple of runs in here. We get 2 runs here in the 4th. Then we had all those doubles. So Darrell Porter's at third. Willie Wilson, the top of the order, comes up facing Ruthven. Another hit, and they get another run. 3 and a 3. So we go 3 and 3. So that's an E question. So it's a possible error. So now what we do is see where the ball was hit and check the error. Now, left field is pretty good and the pitcher is good, and the catcher is good, too, for all the errors. So a 2 and a 2. So that's going to go to center field with here. So it's a 2 and a 2. So it's either going to be a double or a fly ball to center field. Maddox's error is a 7. So let's check this out here. So it's going to roll here, and a 15 is greater than 7, so there's no error. So Maddox will make the catch, and that will end the inning. And you have the season for APBA baseball. Yeah, 80 is my favorite season. 79, 80, 82, I think, are my favorite seasons. Sometimes 78. So I always get 80 to start if it's available. I have this in Strat. I don't have APBA baseball. I have a older APBA baseball, but I don't play it as much, cards and dice. I should. I like it. All right, so it's 3-0 now for the Royals as we head to the top of the 5th. Gale still pitching a shutout here. He's only given up 2 hits. So Keith Moreland comes up. He's the DH, a 2 and a 4. And possible wild pitch, but no, with nobody on base, it's basically just a foul ball. Which I don't know why, when I did have somebody on base, why it wasn't a pass ball, but maybe I'll look that up and find out. Again, it's one of those many rules that you need to know. So we'll roll again. We have a 5 and a 2. So it's going to be a possible strikeout, a 17. No, because he only has a 1 to 2 on a strikeout. So Moreland does not strike out. So we go to his card now, and he flies this into center field. Amos Otis with the catch and is 1 away. Gary Maddox comes up. Gary Maddox. Oh, is he hit by the pitch? Yes. Oh, no. No, he's not hit by the pitch. He has a 0 hit by the pitch, even though that's a 1. So he can't get hit by the pitch. So he will pop this one up instead to the third baseman. And Brett makes the catch and is 2 outs now. Manny Trio coming up. Manny Trio. So Gale's going to roll here. And we get a 3-2. A range play at the arena. Okay, so we check Royal Stadium, see where the ball's going to be hit. 2 and a 6, that's going to be hit into left field. And he's got a 5 range, so only a 6 will kill us, and it's a 5, so he makes the catch. So Manny Trio flies out to left field as Willie Wilson makes the catch. His errors aren't that good. I mean, no, I'm sorry. Smith in left field, his errors are high with an 11. Is what it is, because they have the first rating is the range, so and then in parentheses here 11, that's his error rating. So I think that's how that goes. Okay, so we got now let me see, where are we now? So Frank White comes up. We're at the bottom of the 5th right now, and Ruthven's still on the mound. And let's see what we got here. 5 and a 5. It's a blank. Frank White's card says a 1 and a 2. Oh, he's going to single into left field. And the leadoff runner is on here for the Royals. George Brett coming up. Here we go. Brett, 5 and a 6. And he's a lefty, so he gets a blank. So we're going to read off of his card. A 6 and a 5. Uh-oh. Here we go. This is a possible double play here, and I think it is. All right, so he hits this down the Trio. And we roll here. If the roll is greater than or equal to the ground ball, it's a double play. So the 2 here is a double play. So Brett hits into a double play. Range play at the arena. Well, what's so funny about that? I call it the arena. Because that's how I remember it. The @ sign's an A. It's the arena. That's how I learned it. Oh, that's how I learned it. All right, so 2 away after the double play, and Willie Aikens comes up. See if 8 is enough here for Willie Aikens. Possible strikeout. Yes, it is. 8, and he will go down here. And so the Royals go down. We go to the top of the 6th. 3-0 for the Royals. Larry Boa, 2 and a 2. He gets the blank on here. We go to his card. A 3 and a 3. Fly ball, center field. Otis, catch, and 1 away. Bob Boone, the catcher. 2 and a 4. And a wild pitch is a foul ball with nobody on base. I do remember that. 6 and a 1. Possible K. No. Ooh, he only strikes out on a 1. That's pretty cool. Although, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, but with the -4. All right, so we roll off of his card. A 1 and a 5. Oh, he slaps this one down to third base. Brett all over that one, and there's 2 away. So the Phillies can't get anything going here. Down to their final out in the 6th inning. Lonnie Smith, top of the order. A 5 and a 4. Possible strikeout. No, it's not. 4 and a 1. And he'll hit this one. Ground ball down to third base. And Brett has that one again. And that ends the inning. The Phillies go 3 up and 3 down. So, McRae, Otis, and Hurdle coming up for the Royals in the bottom of the 6th. This game's moving quite along tonight, folks. I'm getting a little bit better at it, I think. Possible strikeout. Nope, it's not, because the 9 is not a 5, and a 5 and a 2, and a double. Hal McRae with another double into center field. Hal McRae's had a couple of doubles tonight. He's doing quite well. So if I go to my stats here, where's Hal McRae? Yes, he has 2 doubles tonight. 2 doubles. And I'll show you the stats after the game because I figured out how to do that. Philip Reynolds here. Checking out some World Series baseball here as I learn inside pitch baseball for the PC. Thanks for stopping by. So with the man on second base, it's Amos Otis coming up against Ruthven. Ruthven's giving up 6 hits here through 6 innings, and he's starting to get a little tired now. Not tired, but pretty close. 3 and a 3. Possible error. The ball is hit into right field. Bake McBride, he's only got an error of 3. So on a 20-sided die, a 1, 2, or 3 is an error. And no error, so Bake McBride makes the catch. Will they advance? No, they won't. So fly ball to right field. The BR, if the 1d6 is less than equal to the adjusted BR, he advances to third. Otherwise, hold. So... he's got a 4, so that's a 6, so it doesn't beat that. So if the 1d6 is less than or equal to, he advances. Otherwise, he holds. Okay, so he holds. Okay. So McRae will have to stay at second base. That was a shallow right field on that. That's what I'm going to call that. Clint Hurdle comes up, the right fielder. 5 and a 3. We got a range play again. So 3 and a 3. This is going to be a single, a possible single into center field. So he hits this into center field. And, man, he's got a 1 to 5, and I roll a 6. He fails. And so what happens on the play here? So if roll is less than or equal to the runner, they advance. Otherwise, they hold. So it looks like I got a 6 here. Wait a sec. Adjusted base running. So it says green here. Now, here's where I'm confused. If the roll is less than or equal to the ABR, the runner advance, otherwise they hold. Now, I was told by one person to read the red die, and I was told by someone else to read the red die. Now, that would make a difference, because if I read the red die, Hal McRae scores. If I read the white die, he doesn't score. His base rating is but it's green. So I'm going to I don't know here. A 2 to 5. I'm going to go with the red die here because it's green. I'm going to go with the run here because I'm not sure which die to compare it to. That's what I'm sure. I'll have to look that up tonight because, like I said, one person told me the red die, one told me the white die. I wish they would only roll the die that you have to look at here. So if it's a 6, he scores, but he's a 5. And a 5 beats a 3, but it doesn't beat this 6 right here. I just wish it would say which dice I'm looking at here. So I'm going to allow the run. And if somebody picks up on this and knows what I'm supposed to do on this, because again, if I'm comparing to the red die, he scores. The white die, he doesn't score. But it's green here, so that usually tells you that he's good to go. So I'm going to say McRae scores on the single to center field. So McRae's going to score. And it's now 4-0 Kansas City. So that's how I'm going to handle that. And I'll have to go back and check on that again because I'm just not 100% sure why they would put 2 dice here, which one I'm looking at. But if he's green, usually that means green means go, usually. All right, so now, and again, it's a complex game. There's a lot to look at and a lot to remember. Doing my best. So 4-0 now. Again, this is my error-filled World Series, so just bear with. This is how I'm learning the game, and I'm having fun. So that is that. And Darryl Porter comes up now with Clint Hurdle at first base. And we're going to roll the dice here. 3 and a 2. Possible walk. And yes, that will be a walk. So now, oh boy, Dick Ruthven, he's not in trouble yet, but he's pretty close to being in trouble. So now they want to sacrifice here with 1 out. Wow, they want to sacrifice with 1 out. UL Washington. Okay, we will sacrifice because that's what they want to do. So we'll roll the dice. 1 and a 2. And so here's the bunt. It goes to first base. And 14 to 16, the lead runner, they get the lead runner. So Hurdle is forced out. Click on the bunt to resolve the bunt. Okay, so we're going to go on the bunt. Oh. No, that's wrong. No, that's okay. He did put him in. Never mind. Okay. Lead runner is thrown out. Okay, so it did put him here. I just want to make sure that I got it right. All right, so that's a fielder's choice. So there's 2 away. So the bunt was a bad bunt. And now there's 2 away. Next batter. All right, so top of the order, Willie Wilson comes up. He's 1 for 3. Man on first and second. 2 and a 6. So we'll go here. 6 and a 2. Ground ball to shortstop, and that'll end the inning. But they get a run. I think they got a run. Well, I'm going to find out about that. As soon as we finish this game, I will look that up for sure. And let's see here. So we're going to go to the top of the 7th. Rich Gale still on the mound, still going strong here for the Royals. And he faces Pete Rose. 2 and a 4. And wild pitch is a foul ball. And we go again. 4 and a 5. We're off of Rose's card. 6 and a 3. And it's a ground ball to 1, 2, 3. First base. Ground ball to first base. And who's there? Akins makes the play. Rose goes down. Schmidt comes up. 5 and a 3. Schmidt's a righty, so that's going to be bad. It's going to be a ground ball to short. The other thing is I don't know is, so you got the double star rating here. I just don't know how they figure out which column it goes to. Not that it really matters, but sometimes it would matter. So the computer says ground ball to short. I'll take it. I just don't know how that goes from the double star, how you get the G6 out of that. That I'm not 100% sure. That's another thing I should look up. I should take notes and figure out what I'm going to look up after the game. But the computer does all that for you. I like to know. Like I say, solve the puzzle. I like to know what I'm looking at here. So what do we got going on here? I'm running a little hot tonight on the audio. Sorry. Let's see. Bake McBride comes up now. Bake McBride. We talked about him earlier. Bake McBride. Oh, possible home run because he's a lefty. Woo, possible home run, and it's gone. Bake McBride hits this one out. It's a home run, and the Phillies are on the board here in the top of the 7th. It's now 4-1. A solo shot, as they say. And Philadelphia is on the board. It gives them something to cheer about, something to write home about. All right, here we go now. Keith Moreland's up. He's the DH, and he is 0 for 2 tonight. 5 and a 2. Possible strikeout. No, it's not. A 1 and a 5, and he'll single into left field past the third baseman, Brett. And so the Phillies get a home run, and now they got a single here. So with 2 outs, they're trying to do some damage. Gary Maddox comes up. He's 0 for 2. 4 and a 4. And he doesn't walk. He doesn't almost walked. 6 and a 4. And he singles. Oh, boy. He singles that one into left field. And so there's 2 on with 2 out here for the Phillies. The tying runs at the plate, and it's Manny Trio. Just saying, it's Manny Trio. I think what I'm going to do, my next project for this is I think I'm going to get that 86 season and play all the Clemens games. I started doing that with Payoff Pitch with Cards and Dice. It'd be a lot faster if I played it on here and to see how I can do with Clemens. Compare all the games that he played and then play him here and see what he did. to compare. I like to do that sometimes. That's be a nice, easy project I could do. But I'm going to have to wait for that Black Friday sale to get that season, though. I think they have that season. All right, so let's see now. Rich Gale facing Manny Trio. Oh, we got a pickoff attempt. And what do we got here? Pickoff attempt. Roll 1d20 in pitchers. Be pickoff range. So no. So his pickoff range is a 1 to 2 and error is a 3. So it looks like it's just nothing. Okay, so now we just go back to a regular roll. 5 and a 6. Is this a walk? No, it's not a walk. Trio swinging away, and he taps this one back to the pitcher. And easy play for Gale, and they get out of the inning. So Philadelphia, they got a run, and they shook the cage a little bit, but that's all they get. So we go to the bottom of the 7th right now. 4-1 Royals. Ruthven facing Frank White. 3 and a 2. And this is going to be, wow, almost a walk. Wow. Because the walk plus, you add 10 to it. And even with adding 10, getting the 15, he still doesn't get the 17. So we go to the batter card. That'll be a fly ball into left. Smith makes a catch. 1 away. George Brett comes up. 2 and a 3. And let's go to Brett's card here. A 5 and a 5. And that'll be a ground ball to 1, 2, 3, 4 to second base. Yep. Oh, but there's a runner on first. Oh, is there a runner on first? Well, no. What the heck happened here? Single pass pitcher? Did I mess something up here? Did I mess something up? Uh-oh. Oh, something happened here. I either completely messed up or the game put George Brett up twice. And something really weird just happened. I don't know why Brett's on first base and why he just took second, but I got to take the pitcher out. All right, so who commands? So we're going to go with it. We're just going to roll with the punches here because I'm just learning the game. It's not the end of the world. So Tug McGraw is the guy coming in. Let me see what happened in the play-by-play. Just to see if Yep. All right, so the game messed up. George Brett singled past the pitcher, then George Brett grounded to second base. It either messed up or I clicked on something wrong. So Brett should not be on base, I don't believe. Because if I go to my play-by-play, Brett, it said it singled past the pitcher, and I don't know. And then he grounded to second base, and then he's at second. I think he should be out. So I'm just going to say that he's out. Because something just is not right about what happened there. Something that just was really weird. I'll have to go back and rewind that and take a look at that. Something I either messed up or the game put Brett up there twice because I didn't follow that at all. And again, it could just be me overthinking things. But anyway, so we're going to go to the top of the 8th. That would be the first time I messed up here. But anyway. Alrighty, so it's going to be Larry Boa coming up now. He's 0 for 2. Rich Gale still on the mound here, though he's getting tired. 5 and a 3. And that will be a blank. And we go to 3-2. And that will be a fly ball. Right field hurdle with the catch. 1 away. Bob Boone, the catcher. He's 0 for 2. So I want to bring in a different... No, I'll leave Bob Boone in. 4 and a 5. Boone, 6 and a 4. And, he'll get a double. Good thing I left him in the game. Boone doubles this in the right field. And the Phillies have a man on here with 1 away. Coming up now is Lonnie Smith, the top of the order. Now, I wonder here. Now, he's 2 for 3. I was going to say take him on and put it in Lazinski. But he's 2 for 3 in this game. Although they did bring in Greg Gross for him in real life. But we're going to leave in Lonnie Smith. We'll do that. And here we go here. So after the double by Boone, Lonnie Smith, a 3 and a 3. And we had another one of these crazy things here. And, it's going to be this right here. So a 1 to 6 is this. And, again, I still don't know how they get to this. So I'll have to look that up. So he's going to fly ball into left field. And going nowhere is Boone. So does pitcher must be removed from the game. All right, so Gale is done. And who did they have in their game? They had Rene Martin come in. So Rene Martin is this guy. All right, so Martin comes in to take over for Gale. Oh, I don't have Rene Martin as a... Oh, boy. I thought I had Rene Martin image here. I hope I don't screw things up when I do this. In fact, I'll wait till the next inning and I'll fix his card. So I got to find Rene Martin and fix his card here. I haven't got to the R's yet. There he is. So we will fix that. So the next inning when he comes in, we'll have his picture, his face or whatever it is. All right. So we have a what do we got here? Man on second. Pete Rose. Oh no, it's Pete Rose. Pete Rose is up. 3 and a 6. Is he hit by the pitch? No, he's not hit by the pitch. A 2 and a 4. Ground ball to second. And that will end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. It's still 4-1 for the Royals. And now I can fix his name here. So now when he comes up, he should be good to go. Let's see. So Tug McGraw is now pitching for the Phillies here in the bottom of the 8th. And Willie Aikens comes up. And Willie Aikens is 0 for 3 in this game with 2 strikeouts. So Willie Aikens, Clint Hurdle is the one that they replaced in this game. So they brought in a pinch runner, and then Cardinal went into right, which is really cool that you can get all that stuff here on Baseball Reference. Okay, so we're going to roll the dice here. Willie Aikens, 5 and a 4. Hit by the pitch. Ooh, wow, he's got a 14 hit by the pitch, but he's not. 5 and a 1. He'll single in the right field. So the leadoff man is on, and Hal McRae comes up facing Tug McGraw. A 5 and a 4. Is he hit by the pitch? Oh, he's got a 17 hit by the pitch. We roll an 18. So he is not hit by the pitch. Boy, they're brushing him back in this one. And he'll single in the right field. And let's check the runner advancement here. Okay. So if the roll is less or equal to the ABR runner advance, otherwise, okay. So now look at this. The base runner is a 4, and it's red. So that tells me now that I'm looking at the red die, not the white die. So I don't know why they would roll the white die here, because that completely messes me up. So on a single, yeah. So, okay, it is the red die after all. Because remember the last time we said if it's the red die, he scores, and the white die, he doesn't? Well, now here, he doesn't beat the red die. So, no advancement there. So it's going to be first and second. Okay, good. Maybe we got the question answered. Maybe just the game worked itself out. That's kind of cool if it did. So where are we at now? We get no outs. We're at the bottom of the 8th. 4-1 Royals. And they got 2 Royals on base, and it's Amos Otis coming up facing Tug McGraw. McGraw is in a world of hurt right now. A 1 and a 3. Can he get the whiff? Yes, he does. The whiff. All right, so there's one away as he sends down Amos Otis. Clint Hurdle comes up with 2 runners on base. And notice the strategy went away here, too. Because I guess at certain points of the game, the strategy disappears. And I don't know if you got to call your own strategy or what. But 5 and a 1. So this is going to be a possible walk. Ooh, just missed it. A 1 and a 1. Uh-oh. Fly ball center field. And let's take a look here. Runner on second. Less than 2 out. Center field, subtract 3 from the BR rating, so it's a 0. 0 doesn't beat the red, so nobody advances. So still runners on first and second, and Tug McGraw just might get out of this, facing Darryl Porter, the catcher. Porter is 1 for 2, and he has a double in this game. Oh, over here. 3 and a 5. And a possible strikeout. No. Porter gets a piece of this one. Uh-oh. Single. Excuse me. Single into left field. So now, let's check here. So runner on first. So let's check the second die roll of 1 shot. So we check the 3 over here. So on a roll of 1 on the throw shot. So we're going to go to the throw shot, I guess. Aikens should score, but let's check this out here. Lead runner advances if roll is less than or equal to trailing runner's BR. Okay, so what is the BR? The BR is 2, and we got a 3. Yeah, let's see. If lead runner advances. Okay, so it looks like the runner's going to score here. So the lead runner advances if roll is less than or equal to the trailing runner. So the trailing runner is McRae. It's a 1, and I think we're looking at the 3. Roll is less than or equal to the trailing runner's BR. Roll is less than or equal to. No, it's not. So the BR here is 1. Okay, so lead runner advances. So it looks like the lead runner advances no matter what. So Aikens will score another insurance run. Everyone else holds up here on the single by Darrell Porter, the left. Okay. All right, starting to make a little bit more sense now. Starting to make a little bit more sense. This is a lot of charts to look up in this game. Even with the PC, this has been a challenge. This has been a real challenge. And I don't even know if I'm getting it right. I think I did. All right, ooh, so Tug McGraw, he might need some relief here. But we're going to leave him in one more batter. Oh, no, he's red. We should take him out. He's red. Who else did they use here? They only used the 2 pitchers. So if I take him out, I don't even know who I'm bringing in. That's the thing. I shouldn't leave him in red. I should really take him out. All right, so we're going to take out McGraw, who's facing Washington with 2 men on. We need to get out of the inning. Let's go Ron Reed. I know he came in the last game, so we're going to go Ron Reed. So Ron Reed comes in now as the 3rd pitcher for the Phillies with 2 outs here in the 8th as they try to get out of the jam, and they're going to need a big 9th to try to tie this one up. And so it's going to be a – what do we got here? It's either single, 1, or a K. But see, the problem is he's a switch hitter now here, so I don't know. Runner advancement. I don't know what happened here. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Washington, maybe I did screw up the other thing earlier. Bring in Saucier. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Okay, Washington single past the pitcher, McRae to 3rd, Porter to 2nd. And we check the advancement here. So McRae will score because he's a 1-6, so he will score. 4-6 on the 1st to 3rd. And that's it. So, okay, Washington singles. Okay, so that was that. That's what it was. That was a single. I didn't pick up on that. Wow. A lot to remember. So McRae scores, and it's now 6-1. So Ron Reed comes in, and he gets hit up here as Washington singles right up the middle. And McRae will come around to score. We got runners at the corners here. Oh, boy. So Willie Wilson comes up now. 3 and a 4. And this is going to be a walk. He walks him. The bases are loaded. Oh, no. So Ron Reed, he comes in, and he's giving up a single. And now, oh, boy. Oh, he would be batting left? Yeah. Well, how does that work? I don't even know how that works. So if you got a righty, you want to hit lefty. Is that what it is? You don't want righty or lefty. You want it benefits the batter for opposite. Is that what I'm reading? Sorry, a little dry throat here from talking. So is that how it goes? Okay. So if I got a right-handed pitcher, the batter will hit lefty. All right, that's because I wasn't sure because it said S as a switch hitter, and I didn't know which side he was hitting from. Okay, good to know. Thank you. So it's opposite. Opposite is good for the batter. Okay. So Frank White is up with the bases loaded. And, okay, thanks. And I don't even know if we'll get to any more pitchers here for the Phillies. They're getting racked up here. It's 6-1. And they trail the series 2-0 here. So we're going to go Ron Reed pitching to Frank White with the bases loaded. 6-4. Okay, what do you got? What do you got, Frank? And a ground ball down to first base, and that ends the inning with the bases loaded. They've left 9 on base, but they lead 6-1. They got a couple of runs in that inning. And as Robert's here, Robert, where were you earlier? There's so many questions about this game I got, and you're the man to ask here as I try to figure this out. But we're in the top of the ninth now, and I imagine that the Royals are going to wrap this one up. Rennie Martin still on the mound here. Oppas is good for the batter. Okay, thanks. Good to know. So I'll keep that in mind when this happens here. So Martin trying to shut the door here. It is Schmidt. Schmidt is 0 for 3. And, Ruthven got rocked. I'll show you the stats after the game. Hopefully they'll come out on the screen here. 3 and a 3. So we got an arena check. And a 5 and a 5. So we got a question mark 7. So that's going to be hit into left field. And it's going to be an 8. Ooh, it's a double, right? Double. Click button for hit. If HR check fails, click F. So no, that was just an arena check. So that comes over to here. And, that lights up here, too. So an 8 is a double. So that's going to be a double. So Schmidt doubles into left field. Oh, your game got rained out. Bummer. There's just a few questions I had here on, like I said, but when they come up, it's easy to ask them when they come up. One of them was on the base advance. It was rolling 2 dice. It was rolling a red and a white die, and I was trying to figure out which one I read when advancing bases, because it looked like, I don't know what the white die was rolled for. That was the only other thing. But anyway, all right, so let's get on here. So we got a man on second. Here's the Phillies with nobody out, trying to get a rally going to save the series. And Rennie Martin's going to pitch, and it's a 4-6, and that's a range play for Bake McBride. And Bake McBride 1-4. Okay, so it's a pop out. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a second base. Can White make the play? So it looks like his range is 1-3. So on a 1-4, so a 1, 2, or 3, and it's a 3. He makes the catch. And there is one down here. So McBride pops out. And is 1 away. Keith Moreland comes up. He's 1 for 3. We're going to keep him in the game. Rennie Martin with the pitch. 4 and a 3. Possible strikeout. No, it's not a strikeout. 4 and a 2. Oh, and he's going to double in the right field. And Schmidt will score. And the Phillies are still alive here. It's now 6-2 with a man on second and 1 away. There's great. There's more rules. If they updated this with more rules, I'm going to be really lost. And Gary Maddox comes up. He is 1 for 3. So we'll leave him in the game. I think I'll have to bring in Luzinski at some point as a pinch hitter. Oh, the new charts. Okay. Yeah, it does a lot of the chart reading on its own, and some of them I have trouble figuring out, but I'm mucking my way through it. I'm kind of enjoying this game, actually, but I don't think I could play the cards and dice like you. There's just so much going on here. My head hurts. 4 and a 3. Possible strikeout. No. Maddox, 4 and a 6. And, Maddox will single. Past the third base. Moreland goes in the third. And it says the only way he scores is if he's a 5 or a 6, and he's a 1, so he's going to stay, right? He's going to freeze. So we got runners at the corners here as the Phillies with 1 away are keeping this game going. The Royals fans standing up right now. And right now they'll trade runs for outs, as I like to say. Here we go. So it's going to be Manny Trio. He's 0 for 3. Now this might be a good time to bring in Luzinski. What do you think? Manny Trio's hitting 1-1-1 in the series. I used this for practice. Yeah, I can see how that would help out. Let's see. So Trio's a second baseman here. So I could bring in like this Lewis guy. Yeah, so I'm going to do this. So I'm going to bring in Luzinski. Okay, so back to game. No, wait a sec. Select. So if I go Lazinski, is that right? Let's try that. All right, so Lazinski's coming in to pinch hit here with one away. So that means I'm going to need to put somebody at second base. Okay, I can see if I can figure this out. Todd, does Inside Pitch have a Black Friday sale? Well, I would say tune in next Sunday when we have our Black Friday show, but I will give you a spoiler alert and says they're having a nice sale. Not on the game, I don't think, but on the seasons. So I will be picking up a bunch of seasons for this football and hockey. So yeah, so there'll be a nice little sale. I think it actually starts Friday after Thanksgiving, Black Friday. Some wait till Cyber Monday. That's going to be going all day, but we will have all the details on next Sunday's Digital to Dice show. But yes, the answer is yes. Spoiler alert. All right, here comes Lazinski. Let's see if we can get this done. Let's go. What they call him? He was the bull. The bull. I used to call him the hammer, but he's the bull. Lazinski now with 2 on, 1 away. It's a 6-2 Royals lead. Phillies trying to hang on and climb back in it. Here comes the pitch, a 6-1. Possible error. Lazinski hits this liner right at the shortstop. And he's doubled up on the run. Did I do that correctly? 1-3. Line drive 6. So if it's a possible error, so I roll the dice, and a 1 comes up. Line 6. So it never checked for the error? It didn't check for the error? Is that what happened? It said E question mark. And on the line drive, we didn't check for any errors. And that's the game. Oh, look at that. We got a little things. I don't know if you can see, you can't see the fireworks here, but it actually, there's some fireworks that come up. Kind of neat. Okay. All right, let me kind of show you what some of the stats here. That was kind of weird. It didn't do the error check. I don't know why it didn't do that. But let me see if I can show you guys some of the stats in this game. So I'm going to try to go to my full screen. Let me just see if it came through so I can show you guys the stats. So let's go to view the stats. All right. And see if that worked at all. Just going to check my monitor here. And so, so you should be able to see the stats now. So this is kind of what happened in here. The big one over here was the 2 doubles by Hal McRae. He had 2 doubles over here. That was kind of cool. Maddox had 2 hits in this game. Keith Moreland had 2 hits, and Lonnie Smith had 2 hits. And that's kind of what happened there. Yeah, but it didn't check for the error. There was no error on the 20 roll. Usually that comes up, though. Usually that'll come up and say if it's an error or not. So maybe it just skipped it. Maybe it did the roll and there was no error and went right to that other roll for the double play. Maybe it did it automatically. I'm not sure. But anyway, Ruthven gets the loss. He's 0-1 in the series. Gale will get the win. Martin comes in for the save. Well, how about hits over here? Hal McRae, big day, 3 hits. We did have the 1 home run by Bake McBride. So that was kind of cool. Let's see. Porter with 2 hits. Well, he's doing pretty well, too. Not too bad. Errors on lineouts only occurs if there's a throw to double up a runner. Okay. Did not know that. Okay. Alrighty. And then if we check our... What else we got here? Oh, that's about it. Yeah, so here's kind of what happened here. Kansas City got 1 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, 1 in the 6th, and then 2 more in the 8th. But there's 6 runs. Philadelphia 1-1, and that. So I want to save my statistics. And now maybe I can show you some of the stats here. So let me view my statistics by team batting. And I'll show you Kansas City first. So in the 3 games, here's kind of what happened here. Let me kind of, I can't minimize that. Hopefully you can see that. So what do we got here? Average. So Hal McRae is hitting .462 in the series. Darryl Porter, wow, Darryl Porter's hitting .429 in the 3 games. It's unbelievable. And then Clint Hurdle hitting .375. So a lot of Royals doing quite well in this game. I don't have any home runs. I don't have any triples. I do have 4 doubles, though. I do have that. Although Hal McRae has also struck out 3 times. He's hitting the best, but he's also striking out the most. You know? So let's check the Phillies. Again, this is through 3 games. And let's see who's hitting the best here. So it's going to be Gary Maddox is hitting .500. He's 6 for 12, so Gary Maddox is on fire in this game. Lonnie Smith, .417. He is 5 for 12. Schmidt's hitting .364. Not too bad. Pete Rose, a little disappointed in Pete Rose, hitting .273 in the series. So those are the batter statistics. Now, if I go to, I'll take a look at my pitches real quick. So view, statistics, team, pitching. And we'll take a look at Kansas City. There we go. So we'll go innings pitched here because those are my starters. So Gale is doing pretty well. He went 7 2/3, and he got the win. Larry Gura also pitched in the series. He got the win. And, Renee Martin got the win. He came in. I thought he got the save. So he came in for somebody. Dennis Leonard, maybe, I think. And that's what he did here. So those are some of my pitches here. And then if I go to the Phillies, and here's their pitchers. Go by innings pitched. Steve Carlton, he like I say, he got the loss here. He gave up 8 hits and 4 runs. And then Dick Ruthven, who I think he pitched today, and he's got a 4.03 ERA. And Bob Walk, I think he pitched game 2 is what it was. So that is that. Let me come back to Studio B. Hopefully I'm back in Studio B. Yeah, I am. That was fun. Yeah. Boy, there's a lot going on in this game. There really is. I don't ever see myself doing the cards and dice version of this, like, ever. It's just, whew. I was thinking about trying a cards and dice hockey game for inside the crease. That'll be plenty of a challenge for me right there. But this has been fun. The 80s season is fun for me because I know most of the guys. I have all their baseball cards, and that's kind of what I remember their baseball cards when I see their name pop up here. So it's been fun playing this series here. I do wish that they would sim the games. I'm kind of thinking about, I was telling Ron about this, is using PC Replay Baseball and simming some games in PC Replay Baseball, and then maybe coming into this game here, Inside Pitch, playing the game, but then log in the stats into PC Replay Baseball so I could have some games simmed. I could play a season without having to play every game because that would never, ever happen. So, and then I could keep full stats and still play some Inside Pitch, So that's kind of my workaround. And I could also do that with Payoff Pitch. People do it with Payoff Pitch and Strat. I have Strat for that season too. So it might be kind of fun to incorporate some other games. And I have 1980 in a few different games for baseball, so maybe I could do that and play and have some fun with that. But this was fun. I'm enjoying this game. It's complex. I'm probably making mistakes left and right. In fact, I know George Brett had 2 at-bats in the same inning, so it was either the game or it was me. It was probably me. But all in all, I could say I'm enjoying it. As you can tell, I've streamed 3 games of this so far. I've done a first impressions video, and I can't wait to come home and play this sometimes after work. I really am looking forward to it. So if the Phillies won, I was just going to play Game 4 offline. But now that the Royals won, they could sweep the series. So I really do have to stream Game 4. Maybe tomorrow afternoon before I go to work. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow afternoon. I guess see how it goes. But anyway, Royals win this one. They win this one big tonight here at home, and they lead the series 3-0 as I play some Inside Pitch here on the PC. I'm enjoying it, and I'm not a big baseball guy, but I am enjoying the heck out of this game. It's fun because it's cards and dice, but it's on the computer and it's helping me. It's helping me. It's because I'd be lost if I tried to play this on the tabletop. I'd be lost. But fun game. I need to do a review of this actually too. And I think I might play one more game. Maybe I'll finish the project and then I'll do a video review on the game. Tell you what I like, tell you what I don't like, and just finally get an official review up. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight as we played some baseball. The 1980 World Series using Inside Pitch. Very fun. The Inside Sports games are very, very fun. I wish they'd update them. There's a few things that they need to do, which would make the game awesome, but the games are very good. Very good, and I enjoy them very much. So, again, thanks for everybody that tunes in. And we will, I got to get on again and do this. I got a busy week coming up the end of the week, but early in the week I should be able to slip in at least Game 4. See if I can wrap the series up. So, having some fun with that. Now I got to go back offline and play my 85 Patriots in Inside Blitz. We got destroyed by the Dolphins at home. Dan Marino was unstoppable. I think he had 200 yards passing in the first half. He just lit us up. So I've been playing that offline, the 1985 Patriots, to see what I can do, see how close I can come to their record in real life. That's been fun too. So, all right, yeah, I will. I'll take my time and enjoy it, and just there's still a lot of things I'm unsure of that I need to go and look at. But sometimes the game, I learn with the game. I look at the dice and I look at what's going on in the game, and it does a good job of, especially the base running, going green when you can advance, red when you can't, and yellow is a maybe, I think. So anyway, that's that. So, hey, we'll talk to everybody later. Thanks for tuning in, and have a good night. Bye-bye. And Black Friday show next Sunday. We're still gathering information for that. We're going to take this week. We're sending out a bunch of emails and contacting people who really want to get that going and have a nice big show this year with a ton of sales. I know I have a whole bunch of stuff I'm looking to get, and I'm hoping some other companies come through with some good sales, because Inside Sports is going to have a big one, and I'm all over